New setup. Pretty nice, right? I got a new light setup. It's pretty mint. Pretty mint. Enough about this. This video is not about that. This video is not about the new setup, although I do like it. I think it is very nice. I think I did a very good job on it. But that is not what this video is about. This video is about the new Marvel movie that has just come out. Captain America. New World or Serpent... Brave New World. I think that's the title. I don't know. I saw it the other day. So, me and my buddy decided, hey, let's go to the movie theaters and see the new Captain America movie. The internet's ripping it to shreds. It's on two sides. It's like Civil War with this movie. Some people like it, some people hate it. And we wanted to figure out what side of the war we were on, alright? It's not really a war. It's just a discussion on whether or not the movie is good. Some people enjoy it. I think majority people think it's okay. But, now. So, what I've noticed about a lot of Marvel movies, but especially with Captain America, all of the movies, besides, I haven't seen the first Avenger in a long time, so I don't know if that one follows. But the other three do. They all start out right before a battle. Like, right before a big action scene. And I got to admit, the scene beginning was cool. So the beginning scene is okay. I also need. Ooh, if you are planning on seeing this movie, leave the video now because I'm spoiling everything. That wasn't English, right? But I'm gonna spoil everything. So, movie starts. Big plane flying over someplace, whatever. You got Sam Wilson, blah 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 blah, whatever. I'm gonna really speed through this, by the way, because I saw this 2 days ago, so a lot of it isn't. But a lot of the main points are still fresh in my brain. But this scene caught me off guard. Not really, but I expected something like this. It's basically he base jumps out of the plane and skyrockets down, and Sam doesn't have super soldier serum, which they play on this in the movie of how, like, should he have gotten it? Should he have taken it? Should he have not? I get he's wearing a super suit. I guess it's like, it's not actually nanotechnology. The only thing that's nanotech is his helmet. The rest of his suit's not nanotech, which is nice. But I get he's wearing a suit, and it was made by, and yes, it was made by the Wakandans. If you hit the ground going that fucking hard, right? That hard, as a normal dude, and you have enough time to stand there with your knees buckled and be like, wait for it, and then a shockwave goes out and blows all the guys back. How the how are your knees? That was the only highlight, and you could also see that he has like some like Wakandan tech, like Black Panther tech of that. I forget what it's called, but when his suit glows purple, so that's there. So, moral of this, or the sum of this scene, it's a Serpent Society, or it's just Sidewinder. I don't know. He fought this other big dude with a beard. I don't know if that was one other part of the Serpent Society, because this movie has a big history. Not history, but big track record. It was originally, I believe, supposed to be called Captain America and the Serpent Society, and it was supposed to be just the Serpent Society. Red Hulk was not supposed to be anywhere near this. Red Hulk's in the movie. We'll get into this point after this. So, it's... Giancarlo Esposito does a good job. Alright? He does a good job in everything. He plays a bad guy. Although there's, like, not much to it. Like, so Sam Wilson lands, and I know I just completely dropped the point, but whatever. He lands, they go on a fight, blah, 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 blah. Sidewinder just magically disappears. I don't actually see him exit. She screams vomitos or something like that, I believe. and they all start running, and then it just like cuts to Sam fighting, and then you never see him again. It's like he's in the wind, like he just left, he disappeared. The scene itself in the back and everything, very bland. It felt, the fight scene at the beginning, I'm just going on the fight scene because there are some good fight scenes, they do get better. This first one just felt really bland. Like the courtyard scene in the inside, it just bland, and it wasn't like exciting. Like there was a few good moments when like one hit and I was like, ooh, but the rest of the fight I was just like, I that's gonna be a big theme with the fight scenes in this. Cuts to like a gym scene, and then I do like Isaiah Bradley, who is an old super soldier, who, you know, yeah. One thing I have to say about the show, you have to watch like 3 different things just to be ready for this. You have to watch 2008's Hulk. You have to watch the Eternals because it has to do with that. And you have to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier to understand why he's Captain Chimera. Fucking Kojima, for Christ's sakes, tweeted that like he doesn't remember him fully becoming Captain America because he didn't even care to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I completely understand. Why are we making this movie play off of so many things? I don't want to sit there and rewatch 3 movies. I have never seen Eternals and I'm not going to see it. Why do we have to sit through 3 different things for one movie? It doesn't make sense. It can't be just a solid story on its own. I feel like the Serpent Society would have been that. But no, we gotta shove the leader in here. We gotta shove the Red Hulk in here. And now fuck the plot. Fuck the plot. Now I'm just mad after thinking about this. Because you have to watch 3 different things. And if you've never... I just see all the kids who were like just getting into the MCU, who weren't like, who weren't even alive back in 2008, and they watch this movie, just like, who is this character? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who is this? Okay. I'm calm. But still, you have to watch a lot of that. Alright? You have to watch, like, I don't even know how many hours of content to fully understand what the hell is going on in this movie. But essentially, it has to do with the introduction of to the Marvel Universe, or to the MCU, of adamantium. Yes. If you were one of those suckers who actually decided to watch the Eternals, that big celestial thing that's been sitting in the water for God knows how long. When did that movie come out? 2021 or something? I think. Yeah, it's like it holds adamantium. It's like a gateway to the X-Men. But even still, having to watch all of that just for us to get that, it would have been much better just for the beginning of the movie for a meteorite to fucking land and say, there's adamantium, here you go. Now we cut to General Ross. And, well, no, I'm not doing the cut thing. Because General Ross is president. Yes, Harrison Ford becomes president. And here we go. The movie sets up like we're not supposed to know he's Red Hulk. Like, ooh, he's not him. Like, Red Hulk is not in the movie at all. But, like, we never see the scene. So, apparently, a while back, he was going to die. He had heart failure. So, he contacted the leader. And the reason the leader's in this movie is because Harrison Ford... I keep saying General Ross captured him for the last 16 years and held him in a black site facility to help his career, basically. So he was making like technology. He was like giving him like info, using his big brain, like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? And that's the reason he's president. It's all for the leader. And what General Ross said to him is he said, when I become president, I'll let you free. He didn't do it. So, of course, the leader gets mad and just starts to... He hires a Serpent Society. I don't even know if it's the full Serpent Society. I think it's just Sidewinder. They hired Sidewinder. Fuck the rest of them. Just him. We just need him. He hires them. They all start at the White House when he's, like, showing off the adamantium. Something starts going on. Like, something plays through the speakers. And you see a bunch of people stand up and then they all fire. Like, Isaiah is hypnotized. You can see it in his eyes. He's clearly hypnotized. And he tries to kill the president. He tries to kill Mr. Harrison Ford, Big Red. So, with that happening, Isaiah gets arrested. And now it's a race against the clock because Isaiah is now being given the death penalty, basically. It's a race against the clock with Sam. And I forgot the new Falcon's name already. It's okay. He's cool, though. I like him. His suit sucks, though. They leave. They leave on the clock. But before that, a random scene. He's talking on the phone with someone, Sam is. Our Captain America. He's talking on the phone. And this really, at this point, I was like, what the fuck is even going on? Because it happens out of nowhere. He's just driving through some random residential neighborhood, and Sidewinder appears and just completely blows up the car. Like, completely blows up the car within a fraction of, like, a second. I was watching the screen and I felt like it happened like that, and there was no way Sam could get out. Of course he did. And then cops immediately show up. Now I can understand if they were right around the corner, but they instantly get gunned down before they even exit their car, which, mind you, at that point as an officer, I get you're supposed to go towards the gunfire, but if someone has a fully automatic weapon with, I don't know, I think he had a quick mag or something like that on it, and he just dumped bullets into a car and made it engulf in flames. Do you really think driving straight towards that man is the best idea? Do you really think... Whatever. Fuck it. At that point, I was like, what the fuck? Sam comes up behind them. They start fighting. I looked at my phone on Twitter. I went on Twitter. I'm going to be honest. I stopped watching at this point. I went on Twitter. I cut back, and they're in a junkyard. Now, they're in a neighborhood, right? It looked like they were in a residential neighborhood. Now they're in a junkyard. And it's just like, it's Sam dumping something on batteries, and this causes smoke. This is one scene that I did like, and it's just very brutal. And it's all smoke. Sidewinder jumps up on top of a car. He's looking around. He turns around, and here comes Sam Wilton like a fucking linebacker. Drop kicks his ass like it's Dying Light 2. And he slams into the windshield of the car he was standing on. Me and my buddy jumped up, and they're like, yo. We found that I love those. Those types of hits in comic book movies, or even in any movie that has fighting. I love that shit. I love it. But yeah, now Sidewinder's been captured. He got his ass demolished, and then we go off. Right? It's just them trying to find it. There's this little girl who I did see people on Twitter being like, "Oh, how is this for?" I don't even know how tall she is. She's very small. Doing this like, and then like, there's one line in the movies that's like, "Oh yeah, she's an ex-widow," and in my brain is like, "Oh, that fucking completely explains it." But I don't know. I didn't find it. I actually thought towards the end of the movie that I thought she was going to be like a bad guy. And then halfway through the movie, when you finally find out that she's like, she has like kind of a widow outfit later in the movie, and she shows up and kicks ass. It was good. Cut to the aerial combat scene, which is very nice. I did like this. This is a plus for the movie. It's the aerial combat scene. It's Sam and his Falcon buddy, and 2 fighter jets on the American side. Oh, the treaty. There was a treaty that about like, oh, all the nations get to share the adamantium. Yeah, it falls through because the Japanese think they hired. It's weird. The Japanese think the Americans. So the thing Sidewinder was there to. This is the most convoluted video I have ever made. Holy fuck. Sidewinder stole something from the Japanese. And then when the Americans got it back for the Japanese and then gave it back to the Japanese was like, yeah, we don't fuck with you because we think you hired Sidewinder to steal it from us, for you to steal it back from him, for you to give it to us so we would be on good terms for this treaty. And I was like, ooh. So they all start rushing towards the island, the big celestial. And then, of course, the leader is in their radio waves because he's a fucking genius. And he, like, mind controls 2 fighter jets. And they start firing at him. And it almost starts a war with his Falcon and Sam and Captain America. I'm going to keep calling him Sam. But still, I did like the aerial combat scene. I thought it was really good. There is a nice scene, though. This is when the leader starts getting into Harrison Ford's Ross's head, and what his plan was to do is to turn Ross into Red Hulk on it. So to keep Ross alive, leader developed these pills, and you find out, and then you don't learn what the pills are for until literally right before he transforms at the end of the movie. And yeah, they save his reveal for the end, and the final fight is end. How they beat him, though, there's going to be some screaming. So the pills, basically, he keeps taking them, but over time, he would give him a different version of the same pill, and the pills contain gamma. So he was just slowly giving him more gamma to slowly bring out the monster. And he almost triggers it on the boat, and his plan was to have the General Ross to transform on the boats and destroy the American fleet, as well as the Japanese fleet, or anyone in the area, I guess. It doesn't happen. They go back. I think the treaty, I don't know what happens. He has a press conference, and they go back. The leader walks up to Sam, and Sam's like, "You're arrested." Yeah. But like, no, there's a bigger monster threat. No. And the leader like kind of just tells him what's going on, and Sam's like, "I gotta go get my suit," and he runs off. But at the same time, you have, it's a nice scene. Okay, so this is like big praise for this. All right, I will give them huge praise for this movie, for this scene. Is that if you are a big Marvel fan and you're hearing the shit about this, just go see it for Red Hulk and shit. It's like it's the best part of the movie is this final part until the end of this final part. Like not even before the credits, before the movie ends. So like it's like oh, this is good. Oh, what the fuck? But it's like, oh, what the fuck? It's like that small at the end. So he's sitting there on the pedestal giving a press conference, and people start bombarding him with questions. This, and and then the leader gets in his ear. Or no, it wasn't his ear. The leader patches into the loudspeaker and starts talking, and then people hear what he's talking about, and they start asking about that, and he starts doing it. And then his people start to drag him away, but he's telling them, "No, I need to stay. I need to answer for what I've done." But as they're dragging away, you can just see him, and like he's like. He's going at it. Like, Harrison Ford's acting at this moment was wild. And then he slowly starts turning to Red Hulk, which I wanted more fire coming off of him. But you can see that, like, when his, like, shirt, you know how the Hulk's shirt just rips? You can tell his, like, is burning off, kinda. And this is the biggest praise. The Red Hulk looks phenomenal. I will honestly, it's not Thanos level, but it's almost. It's really done well as this fight scene where we actually get to see a menacing monster Hulk in like it's not like a city, we've seen that, but like a new version of the Hulk. Because like back then, the Hulks we've had haven't been full Hulk. Like the new MCU is going towards more comic book style, so like that's where people are having like Daredevil's able to do triple flips and shit like that, right? But the Hulk has never, in my opinion, fully hulked out. Like, to fully grasp the feel. Like, the 2003 Hulk is a good example of fully hulked out. The madder he got, the bigger he got, the way he moved, that. You see, like, full Hulk or I would just say Red Hulk, in full glory through the scene. Like, he does a thunderclap, and it destroys half of the building, which what I would expect. And you kind of see it with She-Hulk, with Hulk doing that shit, but fuck that show. And then when he runs off to leap, you can tell the ground's breaking beneath his feet. And then when he goes to leap, you can see that it's quick, it's fast as all living hell, and it's what you expect a monster like that to be able to leap at. Even fast, Sam's going as fast as he can as a jet, and Red Hulk catches up to him. It was done phenomenally. Like, I really think we need a new Hulk movie where Hulk loses control, or Banner loses control of the Hulk, and it's just the Hulk, and like in an Avengers versus the Hulk movie would go hard, or just a team, like fuck's sake, Wolverine versus the Hulk, a movie would go nuts, and we got that thing in Deadpool and Wolverine. No, we need that, a version of Hulk that's like Red Hulk in this movie, going up against a Wolverine that was like in Deadpool, or even more Wolverine-y. At one point during the movie, they talk about cherry blossoms and how he used to take Betty, or General Ross used to take Betty through the walks on the cherry blossoms, right? And of course, that's gonna come up when he's Red Hulk. So it's a nice fight, like they're fighting on like a big road, right, with cherry blossoms around, and they're fighting, and Sam's not really punching him. No, Sam's slashing him up with his wings, which, like, I expected that, and that's cool. I like it. You also get to see a lot of the Wakandan tech of him using it. But at one point, like, they both get knocked out. Sam wakes up, people, like, uncover him, and then Red Hulk wakes up. And then they do a goddamn, the sun's getting real low on him. It's like, do you know where you are? This is where you and Betty used to take walks. Yeah. It's time to calm down, big boy. It's time to calm down. Like, can we not keep using that fucking trope? It's done so many times. The sun's getting real low. Especially with Red Hulk. We should have had him being beat until he's knocked out. I don't see a trick like working like that on Banner when I don't even see the sun's working real low working on, like, especially on something that was that enraged. I don't see something like that calming him, especially after you just got pummeled to the ground. He should have got up out of the ground, and flames that's the moment they should have done. When he's got up, when Sam finally thinks he's won, and Sam gets up and he comes up, that's when he should have just burst into fucking flames, and you see all the flames. But no, he goes, the sun's getting real low, basically, and Red Hulk transforms into Ross. He gets carted off to the raft. We get one cameo, a nice cameo. I didn't even talk about the Bucky cameo. During the aviation fight, Falcon gets injured, and then in the hospital while Sam is visiting him, Bucky shows up, and then they talk about whether or not he should have taken the serum. During the Red Hulk fight, Sam does say, as a joke, I suppose, Bucky's wrong about me not taking that serum, and I found it funny. But Betty shows up from the 2008 Hulk movie, same actress, beautiful. They made a thing. I didn't even stay for the end credit scene. I don't even know if there was one, but all in all, this was a movie, and this has been a convoluted video. We're almost at 30 minutes now, but this has been very convoluted. I've gotten a lot out of my chest, and this is a weird one, because there are some really good moments, like when Sam and Falcon go to find the leader, and he tells them that the Ross has kept him here, and that he's the reason. Like, there's some good moments, some good reveals, and some good, like some decent, like, fights. Like, not even 5.2 fucking Mothras out of 10.